Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today, I wanted to make a quick video on Chainlink and why I think Chainlink is set up for an absolutely massive 2025. And it's probably going to be one of the better coins in the market to own if you are an altcoin believer. Okay? Believer. All right? So, strap on. Let's get it. Like the video if you love Chainlink, or dislike it if you don't like Chainlink, whatever. But I'm going to show you guys why on the Chainlink USD pair and also the Chainlink Bitcoin chart, why I think Chainlink will be one of the better coins to own and why it's set up for, I think, a pretty explosive 2025. All right, so let's jump on in. Let's not waste any time. So Chainlink, basically, when we look at the Chainlink weekly chart, what I can see is just an absolutely massive, almost, I mean, we're approaching almost 5-year consolidation, right? So really, we've been in the same general range since, July of 2020. So we're going back 4.5 years, probably getting close to 5 years on this massive accumulation for Chainlink, right? So Chainlink last cycle was one of the first ones that topped in May of 2021, and it had an earlier bear. And I think that's going to set up for an extremely explosive second cycle for Chainlink, okay? Not third cycle, but second cycle for Chainlink. And I think the structure, when you just look at this and, you look at it for what it is at least in this bull market, it's just been about the accumulation ranges for Chainlink, right? So down here, I was a big believer in accumulating Chainlink, right? And still up here, I still think you're getting it at a pretty good price on this pullback into the 20s. Really, it's really been, right, this previous consolidation down here, we broke out, we flipped that into support, right? So previous highs, we're flipping back into support. So support flipped into, or resistance flipped into support, okay? We then got another impulse back to the upside, all right? Now, I don't think this second impulse is done. I think this is all part of the second impulse. I think we're just seeing a little bit of a couple-week correction into what I think is going to be an explosive January, February, March, April, May for altcoins, just like it is in every single post-halving year, right? We're not going to talk about that today, but you guys can check out my couple videos previously. We talked about this. But I think right now what we're doing is just we're flipping that next previous resistance into support, right? So previous resistance into support, previous resistance into support, before we get that next leg up to, between 36 and 53 on Chainlink for this next move to the upside. But really when I look at this, I just look at this as a giant 5-year accumulation pattern that's set up for breaking all-time highs and getting up to some of these bigger Fibonacci levels up here for Chainlink. That's, only the big Chainlink believers will read, right? The Link Marines. So really in reality, I think the biggest and the most bullish thing for Chainlink is, we can look at the USD chart and say, okay, 5-year accumulation, all-time high break, yada, yada, yada. But does it make sense to hold Chainlink versus Bitcoin? I think that's the biggest thing is you only want to hold altcoins if they're going to outpace Bitcoin, right? So let's go take a look at the Bitcoin pair chart and try to come up with something. So Chainlink Bitcoin is where this all comes together, right? And you guys know I'm a big believer in Wyckoff patterns, right? Wyckoff distributions, Wyckoff accumulations. The accumulations have worked beautifully for us for this bull market. Last year and in 2023, we caught many, many altcoin runs based off the Wyckoff formations. And I'm starting to see this across altcoin pairs now. So not on USD charts, but on Bitcoin versus altcoin charts, which tells me that I think we're setting up for an altcoin season, all right? And I think Chainlink, we've talked about crypto.com, all have these patterns. And what's the pattern? It's the 3 consecutive lows where the first 2 lows are equal or almost equal, all right, or slightly lower, right, which we had this low in May of 2022, this low in July of 2023, almost equal lows, slightly lower on the June 2023. And then that third low, that is like the capitulation, right? The capitulation below here, Chainlink sucks, Bitcoin's better than Chainlink, even though I agree with that. The chart didn't believe in that, right? So we had a massive spring phase, right? So we broke below, whales could not push it down, or retail could not sell enough. Whales accumulated Chainlink on this push down, and you had a massive spring phase, right? Where Chainlink outpaced Bitcoin by about 120% back into that accumulation phase, right? Where this has been almost a 3-year accumulation phase down here. Now we're back in that range. And you can see over the last few weeks where altcoins have been slightly weak against Bitcoin, which is normally in the Christmas time and normally in December, we have now come back and retested these low points. Okay. Now, what I expect to happen over the next few weeks is this to round out, right? And what normally happens is that if you get the spring phase, you come back and retest the 2 previous lows, you round out, and you go for that range high, which just up to there, it's a pretty good move. I mean, we're talking about another 100% gain against Bitcoin, but that's where it just starts. And Wyckoff accumulation, what you normally see is you normally eventually get that breakout, retest, and you go up to new highs. All right. So, for instance, and this is kind of how I look at it, and what I'm aiming at is if we look at Chainlink and we say, okay, if this is a 5-year accumulation and we have a 3-year Wyckoff accumulation pattern at the lows, the way I'm looking at it is I think Chainlink Bitcoin gets back to its previous all-time high, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. Could it go higher? I think it could. We'll see, right? But, if it goes back to its previous high against BTC, we're talking about a 604% move on the Chainlink Bitcoin pair. Now, assuming Bitcoin does not move, assume it stays at its current 98,000 level, that would put Chainlink USD, if it went up 600% against Bitcoin, that would put Chainlink BTC, assuming Bitcoin doesn't even go up more, at approximately a value of $164. And that's assuming Bitcoin does not go up more, which I do believe Bitcoin is going up higher. My assumption is that we go up and test the pi cycle top again, right? So just to do a little bit of hypotheticals, if Bitcoin was to go test the pi cycle top indicator again, or the 2618, and go up another 60%, okay, well, we can call it 50% to make the math easier. That would put Chainlink Bitcoin not going up 600%, but then add another 50% to that. So that would be a 900% move if Bitcoin went to, say, 150K, which would give Chainlink a value of 900%, would give Chainlink about a value of about $233. Now, is that guaranteed? Absolutely not, right? Nothing's guaranteed in this market, and I'm not making this video to make it seem like it's guaranteed Chainlink is going to $200 based on the Chainlink Bitcoin pair. My point of this video is to just show you guys the massive Wyckoff accumulation on Chainlink Bitcoin, for 3-year accumulation on just this little bear market accumulation, but also if you include the 2019, 2020 slow grind down in 2020 and 2021, this is more so a 5-year accumulation, right? And my assumption is that this Wyckoff will play out. We'll get a move back up at least above these 4.5 level into this zone. And if we do, that's set up Chainlink for an absolutely massive run in 2025, along with many, many other altcoins. As I'm not going to go over it in this video, but we know that others, or the others chart, typically goes up in January to May of the post-halving year. All right. So once again, we can talk about fundamentals. We can talk about, why Chainlink would do this and whatnot. But I think during these times, let's not talk about the fundamentals. Let's stick to the charts. Let's stick to what's going on. And I think when you look at some of these altcoins across the board, I'm not going to go over all of them, but they are showing some just absolutely massive Wyckoff accumulation patterns that just get me really, really excited for this next upcoming year. Some of these we haven't seen and really since 2023, and a lot of these are popping up again. And what gets me more excited is they're not on the USD pairs, which is great. They're on the Bitcoin pairs, which means Bitcoin could go up. And if the altcoin Bitcoin pair looks good, that means the altcoin Bitcoin pair will go up while Bitcoin goes up, which means the altcoins go up significantly more than Bitcoin does, which is exactly what you want to see in any type of real altcoin season, is altcoin pairs go up while Bitcoin goes up. That's the true formula. And that's, I think, we're setting up for in this first half of 2025, just like the first half of 2021, as depicted here. First half of 2021 and the first half of 2017. All right. So that's today's video. Hope you enjoyed. I don't know if you're as bullish on Chainlink as I am, but I am a huge Chainlink fan. I'm a huge Link Marine. I believe in the fundamentals of Chainlink, and I believe Chainlink could be one of the first altcoins that gets used, but I'm ignoring that today, just focusing on the USD pair charts, the Chainlink Bitcoin charts, and the others charts to explain why I am super bullish on Chainlink going into 2025. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, smack the like button. Let's get this crypto and let's have a fantastic, fantastic 2025, my guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Just do it. Just do it. All right. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.